Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, this series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. On today I have with me Owen. Hi Owen, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you.
Cool. So Owen is bringing us his very nice Geist best deck list, which he used to go first place and second place at a pair of locals recently. So, first of all, I do just want to ask before we get into the card by card, why Geist?
So before this, I've been playing Buster Blader for like the past format, and I just wanted to play something fun at locals. So me and Steven, who's been on the channel a lot before, we thought just to build Geist together.
Okay.
So we did.
And would you say this is a fun deck to play at locals?
I think it's really fun to play. I enjoy Geist a lot. It's a deck I've liked and I've done quite well with before, so it's cool just to go back and play it. And there's not much combo at our locals, so it means it's able to establish itself more.
Yeah.
Because it's better against like the mid-tier low range decks than it is full wombo combo.
Yeah, it's not very fun playing Geist into a board full of negates. And you're just like,
No.
no more Mario, oh no.
That's where the Mystic Mind comes in though.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so let's dive into the list itself then. So as you mentioned, there is a Mind Geist list.
Yeah.
Typical. Is this typical lineup now? For the monsters?
Yeah. Well, Steven played 3 Mario. I decided to play 2, because realistically, I'm just wanting to get the Mystic Mind loop on.
Okay.
So but my only normal spin is basically Marionetta to get trap cards. But I would assume usually I'd want to go for Melee Seek.
Yeah.
So that's why I cut down the Mario to 2.
Okay. Yeah. I think.
Other than that, it's pretty standard.
Yeah. We saw. I think there were a few times before Faker came back to 3 that we saw Mario at 2 come up.
Yeah.
It was like typical play 3 of, but now I mean, half your engine is now at 3 again. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think with 3 Fake, you definitely don't need the 3 Mario.
Okay. Sure. So usual 11 hand traps then. Is it just 3 Ash, 3 Imperm?
Yeah, just 3 Ash, 3 Imperm. Because I don't think I need any others. Like the other one we thought about playing was like Veiler. But at that point, we didn't really need to have the 9 hand traps because we have the 3 Mystic Mind for going second as well, really. So obviously, Imperm is the best one with Faker, and then Ash is like the most versatile against everything.
Yeah.
And we can't play Gamma because it conflicts with Faker. Same with Nib.
Yeah, sure.
I think those 6 are the best.
Yeah, I like that. There's like the random scenarios where Ash gets you like your play through a Gamma, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And yeah, obviously Mystic Mine in this deck is pretty infamous because you got the whole loop with
spoofing Melee Seek.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's really crazy. Yeah, and then on to Draw Power, Duality, and Extravagance. You didn't want to play Desires or anything?
No, because I feel like you just banish all your cards you need to have. So obviously, I was against Dino. He kept putting Lost World on field, which stops the loop of Melee Seek to attack directly. So every turn I had to keep using Marionetta to bring back a Silk in the end phase, and just keep bouncing his Lost World to hand.
Wow,
That's how I beat him. So it's like just like some one-offs in deck, you just need to keep them, and like you don't want to lose your Melee Seeks. It's just you want to have everything what's in your deck. Obviously, your extra deck is just utility stuff like Hextiers. So other than that, you don't really need your extra deck. So I think Extra is the best, and obviously Duality digs for your deck.
Sure. Looking at that new pot, do you think that has a place in this deck or not?
Yeah, well, Steven likes it a lot. I'm not the biggest fan of it because I feel like I'd just rather play Extra. Because obviously that pot only adds 1 card from top of deck, but you get to choose what it is essentially.
Yeah.
It's just more of like a Duality on steroids, really. You get a banish 6, look at top 6. But I'd rather just draw the 2 random.
Yeah.
Just get the +1 off it. So
yeah. It does kind of seem like, I mean, this is one of those decks where 1 card doesn't get you very far. But
yeah, exactly. I think you need to have the extra, the +1 off it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, 1 Manny and double Protocol. This is standard. Triple
Don't tell Newton that.
Don't tell that. Who else can't? I can't tell Lewis that either. I think Lewis is playing the other ratio as well.
Yeah, terrible.
They must be doing something right. Triple Compulse. How's Compulse at the moment?
Well, the choice was Compulse or Crackdown or Warning Point with the new card Phantom Rage, but we chose Compulse because we're playing Mystic Mine, because you can use it. So if you go in turn 1, normal, anything, activate Mystic Mine, pass, Compulse it back to hand.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a nice little interaction there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then even you mentioned Crackdown. Crackdown actually obviously worse with mine as well.
Yeah, so we like Crackdown. It was one of the choices, but it's a monster in your field which you don't want to have.
Yeah, sure. Metaverse, obviously, 4th copy.
4th Mystic Mine, yep.
You didn't want to play what's the spell called? Demise of the Land?
No, I think I'd rather just have the trap card, because obviously in the side deck I've got Secret Village, so it's good for that as well. But obviously if I don't want to activate the Mystic Mine, it's just a trap for Faker. Yeah,
sure. That's it's the nice little bit of versatility Metaverse gives you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, skip the spoofings, Judgment and Strike.
Yeah, so at first, before we put Mystic Mine in the deck, we weren't maining Judgment. We were just maining the double Strike, because obviously it's not good at going second, Judgment, but Strike's quite good at going second, because you can activate something, they'll negate with like a Savage, and you can chain Strike to negate that, and then I get rid of it. But the Judgment obviously isn't great going second, but because we're playing Mystic Mine, we want to kind of stick it to the board, so that's why we put the free Judgment in.
Yeah, just defend your win con as much as possible.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it fair to say that Mystic Mine is the main win con of this deck? Or...
pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
It's really good, but it's like against matchups where it's not the best. So like Dino missed the out Mystic Mine really easily, with Lost World and other ways. Like with that one, you've got to kind of play it as like Altergeist. But other than that, it's usually playing it as Mystic Mine.
Yeah, sure. Always nice to have.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, onto the extra. So you mentioned this is like a lot of utility spots apart from. Well, do you count Hextier as utility? Probably
yeah,
not.
well, if we get Hextier in field, we're usually gonna win.
Yeah.
Because it's one we've not got Mystic Mine, but as soon as all the guys get rolling with a Hextier on board, they've probably got a lot of advantage behind them, so you're not gonna win that game.
Yeah.
But I think you need the Hextiers there. That's why I play free, obviously.
Okay. And do you go into the other guys a lot? I mean, you've got the like access code for the OTKs and stuff.
Yeah, so I think like the most card I summoned was obviously Hextier, Linkuriboh a few times.
Yeah.
I animated someone once because he put a card in the one of the under X monster zone.
Yeah.
And then Celine, obviously into access code, that came up quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice that they're all spellcasters. You don't have to like.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get forced into playing Veiler, which is what a lot of the other decks do end up.
Yeah, it's really helpful. And obviously, if you're not using it, say if I've banished my access code and I have no Fakers, I can go into Celine and then on my opponent's turn, bring back Faker from grave.
Yeah, that seems a bit mean.
Yeah.
So I did that to be
once.
Endymion support.
Yeah, I did that once. So I had all Fakers in grave. It was quite a long grindy game.
Okay.
But I made Celine summon it back and got a Silk deck. So that was nice.
That kind of steals a lot.
Yeah.
Onto the side deck then. So you managed to pick up the triple alphas.
Yeah, I played alpha, and then I think Steven got some actually. We both thought the card's really good, but obviously it didn't come up much. We put it in when we were going second. I saw it against my game against Adamantipator, which helped me break their board because obviously you summon it, you can attacked over Herald, and then effect bounce a Savage. So that's two negates dealt with it.
Yeah.
And obviously it keeps recycling itself, so it's really helpful. I really liked it. It's just good against the combo decks, really, and a lot of like mid-range decks. Just getting rid of the card off the field is really good.
Yeah. Is there a reason why you opted not to play Pancratops as well as like a fourth one?
I think it was just space inside there because we wanted to play the free alphas so we can max out and see it as much as possible. We kind of just wanted to see it.
Yeah, lets you evaluate how good it is as well.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we wanted to test out as well because obviously we'd only just got them. Like the locals was on Thursday. That's when the set came out. So
yeah,
it's good.
I think it's a really good thing that a lot of local stores were allowing testing of Phantom Rage, given that we're now in lockdown.
Yeah.
A lot of locals were allowing people to test out Phantom Rage while it was still like a physical possible thing, which is really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
DD Crow.
This was there for like matchups like Dino and Sky Striker, because it's your locals. You kind of know what people play. So we've got like a regular dinosaur player and a Dragonmaid player. So DD Crow can help get rid of their Dragonmaid's fusion spell, and against Dino you get the Misc.
Yeah.
And obviously it's just really good against other matchups as well. Just spot removal out of the grave. It's kind of helpful. So like there's usually some guy who plays Eldritch. He wasn't playing this week or 2 weeks. So you can do it on like, him as well.
Yeah.
So it's just a really good side deck in general, even without having it just for locals. I think I still play DD Crow.
Yeah. Yeah, I really rate DD Crow at the moment. I think
yeah, definitely.
It gets underrated because you can like play Lancier and stuff.
Yeah, well, I feel like with a slow deck like this, if you Lancier Dino, the Misc is there for next turn.
Yeah.
You need to remove out of the grave, which is what DD Crow is there for.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got the Secret Village, which you mentioned because of Metaverse.
Yeah, so Secret Village is really cool. It's just another floodgate you can play. So if going second, so if your opponent's going second, you can set this up so you go and get Lightning Storm. It's really good against the Dino matchup because a lot of their power spells are spells. Power cards are spells.
Yeah.
So Lost World, Fossil Dig, Lightning Storm, Double Evo Pill. It's really good.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Especially because like they want to press you in the battle phase with the ultimate conductor, so they can't like evenly use so much.
Yep.
Cool. And okay, this is perplexing me a little bit. Raigeki and Feather Duster, both legal to play at 1.
Yep. So before this, we played Sky Strike the week before, and Raigeki was really good. We sided Raigeki as in for that. It was just really good for breaking boards. So against Dino, when he went first, because when we played Striker, we were going second. So he ended on like UCT Dolka. So it just Raigeki got rid of the board, and then we thought, well, it's just a really good one card. They have to negate it. So just another card to help break boards.
Yeah.
That's why we put that in, and obviously the Feather Duster is the exact same, just for the back row.
Yeah. And as soon as you like Raigeki them and then negate it, you can still slap down the Mystic Mine and...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's nice. And then you put the Call By in the side deck as well.
Yeah, it's for Misc.
Okay, yeah. Third DD Crow basically, right?
Yeah.
When you go first. That's pretty nice. Triple Evenly, fair enough. I don't... You wouldn't really play like Dark Rule or anything, so yeah, I think that's the right one. Order, because so many people play spells as you mentioned.
Yep.
Was it ever a problem with the fact that it turned off your Mystic Mine?
No, because if I'm going to use Imperial Order, it should usually stop them for a turn. So against Dinos, it's just another Secret Village. It should stop them. And usually, if I'm putting Order and stuff like that in, I'll usually reduce the number of Mystic Mines I've got in deck. So it shouldn't conflict.
Yeah, we'll get onto the exact siding in just a minute. Last one is Haunted Rock. So this is for your fun turn 1 plays.
Yeah, well, Steven's a really big advocate of this card. I'm a bit meh on it. It's just for going first, sort of like Hexture and Silk with the Faker. I think it's cool. It just obviously it hardly ever resolves when you put it in, because well, especially me less because I played the 2 Mario, whereas Steven played the 3.
Yeah.
So if you open Mario plus an Altergeist, you get access to Hexture turn 1, which is really good. Stops like Lightning Storm and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. It's cool.
Would you play it again in the future?
Yeah, I probably would still play it.
Okay. So, that is the side deck.
Yep.
What exactly is your siding strategy for some of the meta contenders at the moment?
Yeah, so I think for decks like the Dogma and the Eldritch stuff, where you have a lot of back row, obviously like going second, you'd put in stuff like Evenly's, your heavy Poppy's Feather, and like Alpha as well for going second, really cool against decks like that. So anything that puts like a negate on like a Dragoon, Alpha's there for that, because obviously you can summon it and just crash into the Dragoon. Yeah. Because a Dragoon can be really hard to out if you can't bait anything with a Mystic Mine. That's what Alpha's there for, going second as well against like Mystic Mine, against the Dragoon. Okay. So that's cool. And then, so usually like going second, we take like Judgment and stuff out. Yeah. Judgment strikes, but strike can sometimes stay in against like when playing Adamantivator, I kept strike in. Okay. Because if you can bait a negate with a card and then chain strike to it, gets rid of it. So that's kind of cool. DD Crow for going second, just hand traps. And then I think the rest is quite easy to know. So like the Secret Village is going to go first. You can metaverse it, and then like Call By for going first, stop hand traps or Misc. And then Haunted Rock going first, Imperial Order going first. So it's like the main deck is quite good for going first. So that's why there's a lot of cards in there for going second, so like the Alphas, the DD Crows, the Regeki, Feather Duster, and the Evenleys as well.
And is it just like hand traps, and you mentioned you sometimes take out Mystic Mine and the counter traps? Is that all the stuff you take out, or is there anything else?
Yeah, that's pretty much it really. Like a lot of it's quite essential to the deck, so like Metaverse will usually come out or going second, because like the Mystic Mine's still good to draw. But sometimes you can got like one spoofing out as well, going second, because it's not the best card ever, but it's really good for the deck. But say if you need to get space, like the third spoofing's like the other flex spot in your deck, as well as like Compulse as well.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, you don't need the third spoofing to get your engine going. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Cool. Let's talk a little bit about the rounds that you've played. So first event, 4 rounds. You played a Geist mirror match. This was 1-0.
Yeah, so I was against Steven, the first round of that. We went to time, basically, because I outgrinded him. He had no monsters left. So I then had, I think I had a Hextia plus a melee seek on board, and he had to stick on Query, so I had to pass, because I couldn't out Query turn 1, but then next turn I had to get over it. And then we finished game 1, there's like a minute left on time, so... yeah, 50-minute rounds for remote duel as well.
Oh yeah,
like a 50-minute round 1, it's insane.
Yeah, that's a bit crazy. But I mean, if you're both playing Geist, it's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, it was a very grindy game.
Sure. Then you got a Dragonmaid 2-0. A Dino 2-1 and an Adamancipator 2-0.
Yeah, so the Dino match was like the hard one. It's quite a hard matchup for Geist. So I went first. I was able to set up traps with Faker and stuff, which was enough to stop him for that game. And then game 2, I had a double Judgment and the so look. Oh no, game 2 he beat me, and then game 3 I had double Judgment Imperial Order Faker. So he normals out. So he normaled out, just saw a Judgment it. He red rebooted me, and I Judgmented that, and then I get Faker Silk, and just won from there.
Okay.
And then against Adamancipator, he went first, did full combo, Mystic Mine.
Yeah.
And then game 2 he went first, and then I drew Alpha, which I had to break the board, and then Mystic Mine him.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Just mine with a negate or 2. That's fine.
Pretty much.
Alright, the second event.
Yep.
So you faced PK Fire Orchest. Tell me a little bit about this, because as you know, I'm a fan of the Orchest.
Yeah, so it was cool. Like he so he goes to Cherubini and then into Rusty, get access to like the Fogblade and stuff. But all I've wrote down for this is Mystic Mine's a hell of a card.
Yeah.
So well, obviously they set up Fogblades. I think I stopped him from his Orchest engine, so he couldn't get Crescendo.
Yeah, if you can't get Crescendo, you can't beat mine. So.
Yeah, and then I think I set the loop up, and he was like, he doesn't play out in main deck. And then game 2, I think I had Judgments for every Cosmic he threw at me.
Oh. Brutal.
Yeah.
Okay. So sad to see the Orchest lose there, but
unfortunately, yeah.
We'll allow it for the mine.
Yeah.
Round 2, Dragonmaid 2-0, round 3, PK Fire 2-0, and round 4, as you mentioned, Dino being a tougher matchup. That was your only loss from that one.
Yeah, so I won. He won game 1, and then game 2 I had Secret Village to stop him, and I think he had like a hand of 5 spells. I'm pretty sure. So I won that game out there, and then game 3 he had Red Reboot when So I think I set 4 and passed. I used spoofing, put a card back in, he ashed it, and then I used Metaverse to go for Mystic Mine, and he red reboots me and then kills me with UCT.
Oh no.
So yeah, red reboot is also a hell of a card.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one we might see hang around for a little bit longer at 1.
Yeah.
Just sometimes it's unfair, but in this format, you know,
they have it really in it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't have any more sort of typical questions. What about, I guess, changes that you'd make to this in the future?
Yeah, I think like the deck's really cool right now. I like it how it is. But I'm thinking of playing like Warning Point inside for going first, possibly. But I think the deck's already okay at going first. It's just I think it's another cool utility card. It's like no material, and it negates as well. I think it's just such a powerful card. Yeah, so I think that's the only thing that could possibly make its way into the deck. Other than that, I think it's fine how it is, really.
Sure. Okay. And are there any shoutouts you want to make?
Yeah, so I'll shout out Steven for building deck with me, as well as Matthew Price. He contributed a bit. It was really cool building deck with him. Shout out to my team, Team Imperial Order. Really cool guys. It'd be cool to go to an event with them again when they start up. Shout out to me on Twitch.
Go check them out.
Twitch.tv//BopeToad. Yeah, I've been playing DB high rated content on there a lot. I was 5th or 6th unrated, and I stopped for a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll usually be streaming some high rated DB content on there. I won't be streaming until like next week now. But you should definitely check out the stream. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw some of the remote duel content on there as well, which was really cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I'll do some of the remote duel content because obviously I've got locals on Thursday and Saturday, so yeah, to do some streaming of that sometimes, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out, guys. So please do. There'll be a link in the description as well if you want to just hop on there.
Yep, cheers.
But yeah, I think that's everything from me. Thanks very much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
And congratulations on your 1st and 2nd places, and good luck in future events.
Yep, cheers.
Bye.